So first of all, thanks for joining for today's session and who are very keen to learn this agentic AI, basically, which is one of the hottest skill in the market now. And specifically, this is I planned to demonstrate and this training in Snowflake with Python and agentic AI with Snowpark. And yesterday there was one session happened, and I hope some people are not part of it. I think Murugan and Krishna were not part of yesterday, and Sudhir also. Just to recap, uh, I'll just go once again. So, to introduce myself, my name is Srinivas, and I have nearly 20 plus years of IT experience. And I'm currently working as a data and AI architect, agentic AI architect in one of the multinational bank in UK. And my experience is a combination of data engineering and data science. And I do most of the data activities and provide the solutions at architect level and also do some part of project implementation also. And today, let us try to discuss about some basic foundation of agentic AI and how Snowflake is basically is unique in that area and how it is different from other agentic tools. And I also show you one use case which can help you to understand how Snowflake is very powerful in this agentic AI stream and what are the different features available and how we can implement the use case we'll see. So let me share my screen. And coming to this particular training, this is basically Snowflake with agentic AI. So majority whoever wants to explore this particular agentic AI in Snowflake, they should have some fundamental foundation and knowledge in the Snowflake and a little bit in Python also. Because most of the Snowflake features which you are going to implement, we use Snowflake SQL and Python and Snowpark. So the prerequisites which we need to know is Snowflake knowledge, and we should have a Snowflake account, and then some part of basic Python knowledge also, so that you can understand what libraries are important and how to implement using these particular features. So coming to like agentic, so this particular term is very buzzword now in the market, and majority people talk about agentic AI and why people are running behind this, and how why Snowflake is also investing very heavily in this particular area. There are so many reasons because agentic AI is basically people think like it's just like majority people perception is like it's just like a chatbot and it will go and provide some information on our queries. But some level it is fine, but there's not like 100% chatbot which will respond because unlike passive AI earlier, agentic AI is a proactive responder who will go and understand the objectives of the user, and then it will provide the right information. Since it is dealing with Snowflake, it has to get the information, right information from the Snowflake perspective, the Snowflake environment, and also it has to take its own multi-step actions and also need to understand at the business perspective also, and where we have to go and create the agent with respect to all this like area, and also it should be a smart assistant. That is what majorly the market is looking for now. So it is not only like one particular a domain. If you won't see in every domain, supply chain assistant, so inventory optimization assistant in supply chain, what is the optimal inventory levels so that my product will not put out of stock? I can go and ask a question, go and query and ask, and it will go and find out what are the upper limit and lower limit of the each and every item, and it has to provide what is the optimal average inventory required for a particular item, as a result. If you go to manufacturing side, it has to go and if I go and ask a manufacturing like assistant, which in agentic AI side, it has to provide some information which machines are about to go down and which factors we need to go and focus on and which is going to impact how much revenue is going to be impacted and which missions were down last week and why they were down and how can we compare with the current week and we can take a preventive action and even the action also it will suggest us what action to be taken. Maybe for one of the machine is down because of defected product, it will try to suggest that why can't you go and reach out the vendor to come and replace the product, defected product. With a system failure, let us go and send an email. Do you want me to send an email to the respective team to come and look into this issue? So it will go and take an action also. It's not only like just will go and react, it will take an action also. That is where the agent is helping here. So in the Snowflake's perspective, we have so much data which you can see why Snowflake is like data side. They are giving so many options to store the data and unlimited data, and we can leverage the end-to-end Snowflake environment to implement this agentic AI specifically in the Snowflake Data Cloud and Snowflake AI Cloud. So Snowflake is one of the unique solution for this because Snowflake, why it is different from other particular tools in this particular agentic AI also, it comes with its own infrastructure because if you go to chatbot is basically like it will go and does not have any ability to read and see the data in clear vision, which is called perception, but agents will have that. And it can the chatbot cannot go and plan the steps and to resolve an issue, but a agent can do that. It can think about it. What is the solution approach and what action to be taken? Whether I need to generate an SQL query or do I need to call an API or do I need to send an email? How to behave? Do I need to assist as a SQL assistant or do I need to assist as a email assistant? So it will think like it will try to provide a solution according to our use case. For example, I have a company, my agent which I'm going to build should support all the teams. It should behave like a HR assistant when HR query is asked. It should behave like a IT support assistant when I go and ask for a query related to IT support. The finance team query, it has to behave like a finance assistant. So when I built a chatbot, I was also thinking the similar way. So why can't we go and build a single chatbot which can go according to the scenario? And I did so much of coding to build it for my bank, and we were a success for some level, but not like 100%. So after this particular agents came into the market, the chatbots slowly has been upgraded into these agents, and we just go and ask a bot to just write an email about sales. But coming to like agent specifically, it can analyze the data and then generate a report and it will send to the respective people who are the important group also. It can take multi steps, not only one step. So that is how the evaluation is happening now. And most of the chatbots are reactive. They will react. But agents are proactive. So reactive maintenance. If you go to manufacturing side also, you see reactive maintenance is different, proactive maintenance is different. After something happened, people will react. That is not correct, no? So we need to be proactive. Proactive, preventive maintenance. Preventive saving of the revenue. So finding out which products will go to out of stock in advance. Finding out which machines will go down in advance. So proactively we can take an action, and we can go and react in advance, not like after the issue happened. So that is how the market is running. And why Snowflake? So people ask me why can't I go with other tools? Why Snowflake for this particular AI and all? Because Snowflake is coming up with so many features specifically which are integrated in a single product like data gravity, where we can go and bring the entire AI into the data specifically, because data will be in single place, because we do not need to go and move from one place to another place. And high security and low latency also, because the data extraction also will be faster, and security also will be very very tight, because we have so many features available to secure your data further if at all you want to go and secure. I can use data masking, I can use data protection, secure data sharing. So many features are already available. And governance specifically, so role-based access control, user-based access control, tagging, masking policies, aggregation policies, join policies, so many contacts and projections. So many features are already available. And your models also, whatever you build as a ML engineer or AI engineer, you build multiple different ML models for your use case. But every model need to be end to end, you need to be verified, validated at risk level also, and compliance specifically. The data governance, how you go and follow, you should have a model governance also. The model governance is very very important when you are dealing with multiple models end to end. So if you see data center earlier, now we have a model center. A model center will have a group of models, generic models, where you can use them, reuse them with slight changes. So majority companies are moving to this particular model centers now. Even we already started model ops. We were at ML ops level. Now we are slowly moving to model ops, where we have a model center, where the repository which can have a generic group of models, which can be reused for multiple use cases also by multiple teams. And simplicity. Snowflake is very simple. Nothing you need to go, nothing to install, like a software or hardware. All maintenance and infrastructure maintenance will be taken care by Snowflake team. A data level they will take care of. Even if you go and see at ML and AI side also, you need some high-end infrastructure, not like CPUs. You need at GPUs level. You go and see the tools like Cortex, and then Cortex Search, and Document AI, Cortex AI, and all these requires a high-end infrastructure, because all these are fully managed services by Snowflake. How you have a database as a service, infrastructure as a service. You can also see like uh, ML also as a service. But here the entire AI is we are getting as a service, which includes ML, and then generated by agentic AI, everything we are getting as a service, which will be fully managed by the Snowflake team. And coming to like other areas where Snowflake is very very popular is like why Snowflake is a unique solution for this, the entire data and AI, is the one single location with a secured environment, which I already mentioned, and all are at one place for ready to use. And easy and powerful AI tools like Document AI, as I mentioned, Cortex AI, Cortex Search, model development, ML functions, everything is a SQL function. Finally, we can go and generate an AI SQL, artificial intelligence SQL. We might have seen SQL in database, but here we have AI SQL also, functions which can directly work on AI specifically. They will give results according to the AI model. And even these models also inbuilt and integrated with every function. And faster and smarter decisions. We can directly deal with the data which is available, and we can directly get the answers and insights very fast and very quick, so that the business need not wait. And also, as you already might have seen, who are already using Snowflake is a reliable platform, and instant scalable and instant elasticity is also available whenever required. So whenever I want to go and keep my data private, I can also opt Snowflake virtual privatation also available. You do not need to worry about. So there are so many features which Snowflake is coming up. And coming to Cortex AI. So Cortex AI is one of the very popular feature, and where Snowflake also started building, and now it became one of the fundamental key feature in Snowflake AI specifically. This is a fully managed intelligent service end to end, where you will see the models which are very popular industry specific, and also the searching capabilities are like all LM model based capabilities. And this particular Cortex service will allow the users to build their AI applications directly in Snowflake only. Do not need to go and build any kind of code and all. You can simply go and create your Cortex search application and service, where you can go and directly use it without managing any infrastructure also. Infrastructure is not mandatory here, because we go to outside of Snowflake, if you want to build similar kind of applications, you need your own infrastructure. You need to have a separate team who can maintain it, and you will have some upfront expenses also. But here in Snowflake, nothing you need to pay. You can use and pay as you go, which is one of the features which Snowflake is also offering. So it will provide instant answers with LLM functions, and we have ML functions to predict the future trends. Like I want to predict or classify my customers, whether the customer is going to subscribe my term deposit or not for a bank, or whether a particular product will go to out of stock or not, which mission, whether a particular group of missions will be down or not. So I can classify, or I want to predict what is the out of stock of products, what is the downtime of a mission. If a numerical value, also we have some functions available to predict, regression functions. For classification, we have classification functions, inbuilt functions. And vector search is another important feature, which is helping to find the hidden connections and in the data. Even the data volume is in petabytes of data. And finally, creating the intelligent agents, which is people, if you go and see most of the AI engineers and data scientists, they feel that building a agent is very not that much easy, because they need to write so much amount of code and they need to integrate multiple tools. And people are very like particular about to build this data models. So they used to spend so much amount of time to write the code. But now if you see that with the Cortex Analyst and Search, you can build your digital assistants like supply chain assistant I want to build, or I want to build a investment portfolio assistant. I'm currently working on investment portfolio assistant for one of my team, to support them to identify the user queries and which are the best optimal queries to classify. And the agent will help the teams to finalize what are the final questionnaire and answer the right questions and right answers, so that the user, even they want further information, they can go to this particular summary, and they can go and take some decision also. So this kind of assistance we can easily go and build. Just for a minute, guys. Okay, so these systems, whatever you see here, the intelligent agents are nowadays are very important for every company, either a bank or supply chain company or manufacturing company or even cybersecurity side also. If you see, there are cybersecurity like agents are coming who are going to help in finding the hackers and treating agents. And you can see so many areas, so many domains, life insurance side also. If you go and see some companies are using, I'm going to show you some example, the call center like analysis or document analysis. If you go to underwriting companies, they try to generate so many documents. Real estate companies, this generate so many documents. So this particular documentation also sometimes requires the meaningful descriptions also when you are generating. Real estate companies, they do the property descriptions. The property descriptions will happen. The property descriptions are required. And coming to like the serverless feature is basically one of the feature which Snowflake is coming up. And Snowflake does not require any infrastructure and instant access and use and pay. The consumption is also like going to happen for whatever you are going to use, and you need to pay only after you utilize them. No standing cost for any GPUs. And apart from that, if you go and see, the role-based access control is one of the feature which Snowflake is already coming up. So if you go and see any AI governance and all, you need to go and think about how to go and secure your data. And compliance specifically, if you go and see for banks and financial institutions, the compliance side, they also look for some regulatory related compliance rules and all, which we need to integrate. And the budgeting side, if you go and see, when you are dealing with these kind of applications, you also need to have some control over your budget. So all these we need to plan, and this Snowflake AI governance is now coming into picture in the market. With most of the companies are looking for how data governance is helping. The AI governance is also picking up. And coming to like the models, industry leading models, like for example, the leading models like Meta, uh, LLM model, and Google Gemini, and Snowflake is also having its own model called Arctic model. So which Snowflake team is aggressively working on this particular model. And so you can see this particular model is also at enterprise level grade model, open source model, which is Apache like licensed like open source. And this particular model is also competing with other models, and it is giving very accurate results also. So that is how Snowflake like moving ahead and with this particular features. We come and see this performance perspective and security and scalability perspective, and this particular model is very like top in the like industry level models. And coming to like other features, as I mentioned, ASQL, artificial intelligence SQL, like we have different functions which Snowflake is providing. The ASQL functions. If at all I want to generate any text, if you see natural language generation, Google Translate, or ChatGPT and Gemini, Meta also, they generate some text and they will give us the result back. So this complete function in ASQL is going to help us in Cortex to provide some information and summarize, which is going to summarize. If you have a long text and description, it will try to summarize the information. And the sentiment analysis to see whether the customer, I want to see what is the customer polarity, which is called as sentiment, a positive or negative during this conversation, what the customer is like sentiment is. when the customer is tweeting something, what is sentiment? And the sentiment function is try to help us to detect that particular customer mood and translate, convert the language, convert one language. I assume I have a like my company in global level. We might have some regional language, Chinese, Japanese, English, Spanish. So I have customers in all these areas. So I want to see what is their feedback and I want to translate them to English and I want to see and analyze that. So this translate function will help us. And extract answer to finding answer in a text. So there are so many functions like this. So all these functions will help to run like a SQL function and SQL query, and I can get the information from assume I have a database column, and I can apply this function on that column, and I can get the information also. Assume I have a conversation, so I can push into a database column, and I can use that column and apply these functions, and I can get whatever the information I want. So that is how this particular ASQL is also helping. So we can ask in plain English. No code is required, and you can just simply go and ask, and the SQL will it will be generated, and it will go and provide the information also. So that is how you need to go, and this particular ASQL is helping to convert your the conversations. Maybe I can ask a single like query like in English plain language, and it will generate the query. It will provide information as a result as a table. So everybody can use and everybody can use their method. So we can democratize these particular conversations and getting the information also by leveraging this ASQL, which Snowflake is also making conversational AI also very easy. And Snowpark is one of the like a new API which Snowflake invented for machine learning and optimizing the data level. So Python integration. So this LLM functions and LangChain functions all available in Snowpark ML Python library, where Cortex features also available through this library. So where you can execute your like a code in a secure Snowflake environment by connecting through this Python Snowpark integration, and we can easily get the information what you are looking for by running the Python code here. And coming to like Python integration, we can leverage the Snowpark API. At the same time, we have document AI, which is another feature which Snowflake is providing, where I can convert the data from the PDFs into a table, where I can go and like assume I have a invoice documents, where I can go and convert the document data into, I can extract some columns which are images or word from that particular document, and I can go and push into a table also, convert into a rows and columns. So it can convert any data that is like unstructured data into a structured form, like dark data into a analytical value. Value means my data finally should be analyzed and it should be communicated effectively. Even it is unstructured data, an image or an audio or a video or a document, whatever it is. At the end of day, the user want some insights. So Snowflake is providing all this in one in particular document AI, agentic AI, Cortex AI, all are in one particular environment. So which is providing end-to-end solution in Snowflake itself. So if you see, this is a document example. Most of the documents like invoices, contract documents, legal documents, and they may contain some images, and then the data also in the form of some like emails sometimes. So contract documents where you will see some text kind of data. So the document A can help us to read even the data is in the OCR form, and it will understand with the natural language processing, and it will extract the key information. I can go and select what columns I want. If you remember, yesterday we saw by extracting some columns from invoices also. So at the end of the day, everything is data. So whatever the data, I should be able to extract data and generate some insight from that. That is called business value. For example, let me show you. So assume that you got a use case where you need to go and work on a call center analysis. So where you have some like audio recordings are there, and you need to go and work on that particular data. So how to go and analyze that data, we'll see. So we have some data already available, the MP3 level data, the conversations. So those conversations, we will try to upload into Snowflake, and then we'll try to convert that into a group of rows and columns into a table, and we'll try to see how to get some information from that particular conversations, whether it can be sentiment or it can be summary. We will see that. So the data, which is basically normally what will happen in most of the like call centers, if you see majority of the calls, whatever you see, it may end up with a positive call or negative call, whatever it is. The conversation sometimes will happen, and the customer may be happy, a customer may not be happy. That depends upon the voice ops, which we call it as. So the voice operations, if you go and see, majority of the data sources will be like a voice, and then this particular voice, how we need to go and convert, and how Snowflake can help us. Because the problem with most of the call centers is that there will be thousands of hours that audio like transcriptions will happen, conversation will happen, and the data also need to be analyzed manually if you don't have any tools. And sometimes some insights also maybe will miss out some hidden insights also. So we need to have a automated serverless pipeline that can help us to transcribe the conversations and then convert that into 100% of customer interactions into actionable intelligence. So actionable intelligence means here we need to convert into some kind of like analysis. It should provide me some insights. As a senior management guy, I want to see what conversations happened, how the call center team is like productivity is going on, and how the customers are responding, what is the customer feedback. So I want to see that analysis. So then I definitely need to go with some kind of this particular Cortex solution which Snowflake is also offering for collecting the data. So data is very important here. When the data also need to be very accurate data. You cannot go and see the data which is not, the audio also should be somewhat good quality, and all. If it is low quality, you can't go and sometimes get the right information also. So whatever the data which you receive, the customer interactions data, I need to go and collect and push into I need to import into Snowflake environment data platform, and then maybe we can go with a internal stage. And from the internal stage, we need to go and extract this particular MP3 files. For example, assume that I want to get some information from this, means I will convert these MP3 files in speech or whatever the conversation into some text, and then I'll try to do some kind of sentiment analysis by leveraging this particular AI model Snowflake is offering, and finally I will try to convert into a meaningful, actionable report or dashboard here. And sometimes you may also need to send a email also out of this particular outcome. And we need to see some actions out of this particular analysis. That is what every company will look for, and they want to improve the customer experience also end to end. That is what basically what will happen. You see here, most of the like companies nowadays, they're this kind of applications, they are maintaining a voice data lake also. The voice data lake, they are calling that as, and then they will have a like a data cloud. It can be Snowflake or any kind, but as of now we are discussing about Snowflake, so I'm talking about Snowflake here. So Snowflake data cloud, which will capture this particular voice data, and it will convert that speech into a text form and then perform some sentiment analysis. And if any anomalies are there, anomaly detection, also one application. Anomaly detection means sometimes in the data you will see some anomalies. So we need to identify them. So maybe some conversation was not happening in the right direction. So why it was not happened? What was the like uh, conversation happened, and we want to analyze that. How was the conversation and all? So we may sometimes need to do that also. So how the customer was responding and how the call center executive was responding, we may need to analyze. But at the end of the day, it will come to a sometimes real-time dashboard also on fly. Sometimes it go to the historical dashboard also. So the whoever wants to use it, he can be a supervisor on the call center. So they may want to see on fly. Sometimes they want to see the real-time analysis. Sometimes they also want to see some reports also. And we'll try to see some reports and how this particular conversation will happen. Those conversations, how to convert them into meaningful insights and how to end up with a meaningful dashboard that can be considered to the next level of insight. So we need to go and see how Snowflake can help us in the real-time call insights and sentiment analysis, and how we can go and use this AI features to build such kind of VoIP voice ops. I'm calling it as. So voice ops, how to build it, we'll see that. So we have some data available here. Let me show you. So all these are audio files, whatever you see, date-wise. So I want to go and use this data. So all these audio files will push into Snowflake environment, and from there we will try to extract some information from these files which are available in the internal stage. So I hope everybody has some fundamental knowledge on Snowflake here. If you are not aware of, let me try to give you at a high level. So Snowflake environment is going to have a feature called internal stage, which is internal to Snowflake environment. We can copy the data from our local to internal stages also. So that particular internal environment will be used when you don't have any cloud storage option. And that will be inside Snowflake environment, and which can be easily accessible also. So we will try to do that. So to accommodate and like demonstrate this, I will try to use some like customized roles I'll create, and database and schema and warehouse also I'll create. So let me try to go with account admin. So I started account because I want to go and start with creating some databases and schemas and then warehouses. At the same time, when you are using Cortex in Snowflake, right, this particular property need to set up at any region level. If you don't do this, your Cortex functions will not going to work. So what you have to do, you have to alter your account and you need to enable your Cortex services in any region. So this cross region should be any region. So this particular command, if you don't execute, you cannot run any Cortex functions in your environment. Always remember that. Now I'll try to create a DE demo role. So to accommodate this, and I'm also creating a call center analytics DB. And then I'm creating a warehouse also. And we'll try to use the database, which is the call center database. And we'll use the public schema, which is part of this call center database, where you'll see the database and schema we are pointing to this call center DB and public. So as of now, this call center DB is having two schemas and public schema, and we have the information schema. So let us try to see, my data is sitting in a GitHub also. So GitHub account. So I want to go and pull from the GitHub account. So what we are trying to do here, we are trying to create a GitHub integration here. So the GitHub integration can be created by the API integration object I'm creating here. and this is the path where the files are sitting. So I want to leverage this particular path so that I do not need to go and upload the files directly from my local. So, and we need to create a GitHub repository object also by using this integration. And we are going to create, this is the path where the files are sitting, the origin. And this is the API integration which we just created. And I'm just creating a GitHub repository object also. So it's already available. So what we'll do, we'll try to overwrite it.
Srini, I have a doubt here.
Yeah, Abdul, tell me.
Yeah, see, you enabled that Cortex
Cortex.
enabled cross region, right? To any region.
Correct.
So how will the building be affecting that the time during that? Will the building affect? For example, for US, it may be a little bit might be 50 cents cheaper. When it comes to India region, it might be a little
No,
bit
but your region, your
costly.
account, wherever, see, I gave any region, but you need to clearly mention your region there. US West 1, for example, whatever it is. So I gave any region, but you can give your region there, whatever region you are under.
So if that is the case, if my cortex is down, then I will not be able to.
Correct. You have to see that. See, it may not down, but I never came across this kind of situation where cortex is down. But if you get some kind of issue, then Snowflake has to do something, right? They cannot sit idle, no.
Yeah, I agree that.
But then you need to change the region. See, any region why
But my account is available only for, I have opted for only India region. What if I have to do only
then
for
you
the
have to
India
wait for see there is a problem from Snowflake side that is not under our control, no.
Right, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Which if the application is done, it's not in our control.
There is a cross region replication also people do, but I'm not 100% aware of that because I just started this services also.
Right, I agree. That's what people start asking this type of questions.
I understood, but I still need to figure out an answer for that. I'll find out and I'll tell you. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks for the question. Yeah. No problem. So now I will just move on.
There are a few times, based on my experience, Snowflake went down in US East.
Oh, okay.
So we cannot do anything. We have to wait until
we have
to raise a ticket and then wait.
See, it happened to me when I was giving training also sometimes, 30 people or 40 people are sitting, a corporate training, suddenly it went down. What to do?
It depends on what license you have, enterprise license or business critical.
Yeah.
Based on that, they will work on higher priority.
Exactly. So everything is under their control. That is what Snowflake. They will not give the control. So, okay. So now I'm just granting some permissions here. So that my current role will get the full access on this particular repository and also the ownership on the database and all schemas in the database and the warehouse. And we are going to give all the permissions which are required to run this particular use case. Now, let us move to the data preparation now. So we already have the stage available, but I try to recreate this because it will try to since it already exists, it will not going to recreate, but I try to recreate this because even this particular audio files is also available and the semantic model stage is also available. All are available already. So it is not going to create. Now we will try to copy our audio files into this. Audio files is my one of the stage, and there are some UDF stage also available where we will use this for the user-defined functions. So we will try to use this. So this copy command, I hope everybody know about copy into. The copy into is one of the command which will try to allow us to copy the files from the local or from the repository to Snowflake internal stage, or from the sometimes we will also copy the data from the external stage to Snowflake also. But as of now, we are pulling the data from this particular location, which is available from the GitHub repository. We are just pushing into this audio files is my stage here, and all the MP3 files I'm just trying to push, and let me try to copy the files. So it is copying the data. So you can see all the files have been copied folder wise, and you can also see by refreshing this particular stage. So there is no any new data, but we can try to see by listing the stage also. So all these are the files which we just copied now. All the MP3 files you can see, and along with even size you can see all the MP3 files. So now we'll try to use these MP3 files, and also we have some set of model specific file semantic model, which we call it as, and which model to use we'll configure on all the information in this semantic model. I'll explain about this model in detail in the upcoming classes. And this is one of the important file to use while running these AI functions, because this model will be used by that function. So we need to configure some properties like your credentials and which model to use. All information will be stored in this particular YAML file. And you can see this particular stage also should have the file, one file. So I'm just listing that. So all the files are available, and the semantic model stage also should have the file which we just copied. So this is the file I just copied. So my internal both stages are having the required files now. Now what I have to do? We need to go to the notebook. So the notebook is like nothing but the interactive Python notebook, Jupyter notebook. So by leveraging this particular Jupyter notebook, there is a file which is available, so which is going to help in analyzing this data. Step by step I'll explain. And since we are using Python here, we are going to leverage Snowpark here. So Snowpark, as I mentioned, it is one of the API which Snowflake is providing to convert all your Snowpark code into Snowflake SQL code. This Snowpark API will be helpful, and it is going to convert in the background. So we are going to create a Snowpark session first. The Snowpark session, which we go and create, and once my session is created, then I will start pointing to my database warehouse, and I'll go and use my current role as demo role and the particular schema. And this is we already done, where we enable the Cortex, and we will try to see whether the files are available or not in the particular stage from the directory table. So directory table is nothing but which will try to show me full information of my files in the internal stage or external stage. So I can use directory tables here. So I'm just using a directory table here. So you can see all the files here. Once again, with information like including size and the last modified date and all information it is providing. Now let us try to create a table with name raw transcriptions, and with this particular table which are creating by leveraging the transcription function called AI transcribe. This AI transcribe is going to convert your audio file. It will transcribe your audio file, and it will extract the information from the transcription, audio transcriptions, and it will try to push into a separate table, and it will try to generate a table with the whatever the columns you see. For example, it will generate with this columns like date, audio file name, and path, and it will also extract what is the transcription also separately, and what is the raw text, and what is the duration in seconds, and every information it will try to generate. And we are trying to create a table from this particular final table from this particular data. So let me try to run this, and we'll finally display and see what data it generated. So the transcription also from the audio, it will generate a separate column here you can see, let me try to run this. It will finally generate a transcript, the text with the transcription also as the last column. You can see in the last column will be automatically generated from the every audio file. What conversation happened in English? So for this, which function is helping? The A transcribe, this function. And from every audio file, it is extracting the relevant information. See, this is the conversation, what you see. Say good morning, and some conversation happened. And there was different customers and their conversation in every audio file, which you can see. But this is a detailed where you can see. But you can see how many seconds it happened, and you can see where it was coming up in the 300 URL in the S3 bucket in the background. And you can see this is a detailed one, but I want a summary. To get a summary, I can analyze this call, and there is one more function called summarize function, and one more function, another function called sentiment function. We will try to use and see how this conversation can be summarized, and how can we also identify whether the conversation is a positive or negative. We can also mark it. So let us try to see what is happening here. Here AI complete, it is trying to identify the conversation, and then we are summarizing the data, conversation summary we are creating, and finally we are creating a conversation sentiment also. So these functions, just we are passing the column name, that's it. They will take care of what action to be taken and what should be returned, and it is leveraging this CLADA, like the 3.5 Sonnet model, which Snowflake is already built. So how Gemini will have its own model, here we have for a particular model, which Snowflake specific model which we are using, and we are extracting this information from each conversation. And policy number, customer name, claim number, call intent, and call to action, issue, resolution, all we are converting into a separate table. So let us try to create this table and see. This is going to apply for every audio file in the stage which we just copied now. So let us try to generate the final insights. These are the insights which we are going to get from this particular analyze transcription table. So let me try to run this. See, if you see, most of the code here is, it looks like very complex, but these are all just like SQL functions only. Most of them are SQL functions. This is a with class common table expression, and we are just creating. Most of them are, we are using like a SQL function only. The ASQL function we call it as. Now once after this is completed, then you will see a summary, not like a detailed one. See, so you can see here. So this is what the conversation happened, and the final generated summary from the previous column. So every column, the previous column, if you see, the conversation is maybe somewhat different, but here it is summarized. For example, if you take this one, so this particular conversation has been converted into a detailed summary here for each transcription, like this. Now, apart from this, we can convert this particular data into a table that is ready for our dashboard also. So because I want to perform some analysis on this table, but I cannot do directly on this table. So I want to convert this into a meaningful table that can help me to build a call center analysis app also. We can create a Streamlit app also on top of this data. I'll show you that example also. So I will create a single table which is called Analyze Transcriptions App is the table name. I will use this table for my Streamlit app creation. Let me try to run this and create the table. So what columns I'm selecting? Every column, like the date, audio file, the relative path, duration in seconds, and every column during about the conversation, along with my sentiment also I'm selecting here, positive, negative, or neutral, whatever it is. And then whatever the conversation happened, and first call resolution. We are just trying to categorizing the data also. So we'll try to run this and we'll generate the single final table called Analyze Transmissions AP app. So this is basically so this is this is going to generate the almost all the data whatever you see here. The data is the final data for my Streamlit dashboard. So we'll try to use this table, and whatever we did till now as a pieces, we can simply create a store procedure also like this, and everything will be done in one single procedure like this. Whatever we did step by step now. So this procedure also will do the same with some automation. So you can simply get a procedure and we can pass a single MP3 file and I can get the data also. For example, whatever this procedure code you see, I can simply run and create a procedure here for the automation, and this process audio file will become a procedure now, and it will do the same thing what we did step by step, and while inserting the data by extracting the information from the each audio file whatever you are going to pass, and it will try to generate the summary, and it will also go and identify the sentiment, everything it will do and convert into a final table. So it is running now. Is it completed? Yeah, it is completed, I think so. So now I'm calling this procedure and I'm simply passing one test file. You can see here. So this is going to process. If I pass a file with this particular path, I can pass any file and it will try to process and it will try to give us whether it is processed successfully or not. That is what this procedure is going to do. And as soon as this procedure is completed, I can go and build a Streamlit application now. We can go, and I hope everybody heard about Streamlit. Any idea what is Streamlit? Who are working on Snowflake, they may know. The Streamlit app. Any
For
idea?
analysis reporting,
Streamlit is a Python library which will be used for building some kind of dashboards, like app we can call it a web application, we can call it as. How we have like HTML and some other tools to build a web application. So Streamlit also can be used for the same, but we can write the code in Python. We have so many other tools available, but Streamlit is very popular. It's very easy to even implement also. So now we'll go to like Streamlit here, and here we have Streamlit, and I'll try to create a new app. And this is already generated app earlier. So what we'll do, we'll select the call center database public schema, and I'll try to create here. We need to minute. Same only, just a minute. So we can create a Stimulate app by simply clicking on new app. So here we can select. So we need to select the warehouse, and this warehouse is dedicated to this, and I'm just creating this. So here the code, we already have a code available. Take that code. I'll share this code. Who are interested, just let me know. And this is going to generate a streamed application. When I run this, okay, it says plot is not available. I'll try to select plotly here. So this is the dashboard. So let me go back and come back again. So this is the dashboard. So the call center analysis dashboard, whatever you see, this is the overview of the dashboard. The date range we can see here. How many calls, total calls, and what is the duration in minutes, and which file you want to go and analyze. File wise, you can select which file you want. You can go and use every file, and you can file wise, you can see the analysis. See how many, like the top five, the purpose of call. Like for example, why the customers called, what is the top five reasons, and the customer sent one analysis. How many people are positive, how many people are negative. The percentage also you can see here, which is clearly showing. And this is at a basic level. And if at all I want to go at advanced level, you can click on the advanced analytics, and you can see the monthly trend analysis. Like for example, I want to go and see monthly, and click on generate trend analysis, and it will show us. So there are 6 data points where you see the call volume is 116, and the month John, and you can see also like the 3 calls at March, and in February there are like 6 calls again, and in April 3 calls. So you can see the month-wise analysis, how many calls are there, and you can also see the comparative analysis also, and how the calls and representative is performing. You can see here each person, and then what is their average call duration, and you can also see the first call duration, how much time they took. Just 1 minute or something. I will, Murga, I will share you. Don't worry. And coming to like representative performance, these are all the representative performance, whatever you see. So average call duration, first call resolution rate, and the total calls, and all you can see here. And coming to like, you can also upload any files you may receive, maybe whatever the files you processed. Apart from that, you can see some files may be generated, conversations may happen after you processed files, and you can also upload any new files you received, and you can create a analysis for on that single file also. For example, I want to go and upload a file, can browse, and I can select the file, maybe today's files I want to go on, and then I can upload to stage, and it will be you can process that. Are you getting, everyone? See, this application is helping this Streamlit application to achieve all this. So if you know Streamlit, you can build this kind of applications very easily. It is processed. And now you need to refresh the list, and in the list you will see the files also. You go here on your dashboard and you need to refresh, and you will see that file also in the list now, in the last. So like that. So you can see the show call summary. It will show the call summary here. So what happened? We got this through the AA summary function. So what that particular representative assisted, Emily assisted to Rachel Anderson with her insurance claim. So it is clearly showing us. So audio file 1 is this one. Maybe audio file 14. What is the show call summary? So this is Emma Turner called to her parents, and there are some conversation happened. And show call details will show what is the conversation and details. And apart from this is the intelligent AI-powered chatbot also you can see. So we can select any one question here and we can ask how many calls were not resolved in the first attempt I want to see. So it will show us just like a chatbot. See all this information. So like that we can ask and we can go and get this conversation also. I can make this as a conversational AI also. So we can ask any other questions as well. So we can go and select what are the sentiment breakdown by issue type. See positive how many, negative how many, and how many calls went to negative. So you can see no issues yet. So all this we can get. See, this is just like analysis on the audio files. Similar to that, we can do on the video files also, documents also, images also. We can't do this much easily how we did now in other tools, how Snowflake is helping us. These particular functions are helping us. The AI SQL functions and the models which are inbuilt models, all are helping us. So we need to leverage them and build a end-to-end use case. That is what you have to understand, everyone. How to go and build this kind of applications. See, just simply building a model is not going to help us in any data science and AI applications, AI projects. We cannot go and simply build a model and our job is not done. You need to convert that into a meaningful application like this. Correct or not? I hope everybody is following what I'm trying to say. At the end of the day, how you are going to get the business value from your development or developed model is important. And how you are going to convert into a business value, connect the dots, how you are going to give the value to your business, how they are going to leverage this particular application is important. So whatever we built now, this is just like a dashboard for the managers. They can go and review how their executives are working on, how the customers are responding, what conversations happened, how to improve the process. Is there anything they have to go and like take an action, and which area they have to focus? They will get all the insights out of this particular Streamlit application which we built. We can optimize this. See, it is not going to be done in one day. We need to optimize this day by day. We need to go and add new enhancements, new features, and modify anything if needed. Then only this will become a independent product. And you can even sell this product to others also who are already working on this call center. Other companies, we can also sell this as a product, and they can also go and upload their files, and they can also analyze their employees' productivity, and they can increase their customer experience also. Are you getting, everyone?
Yeah.
So this is
s-
basically it, very basic level. Huh? We can do more than this. Yeah, Muruga, tell me.
yeah, yes, it seems like more of
Hmm.
a generative AI. Seems like what I feel, whatever you so far
It's an
run through.
example. It's an example.
Okay, okay.
See, it's an example, part of it. So I cannot go and explain
Yeah,
it
yeah,
in
got
one
it.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah, one day. So it will take some time to understand the things. If I directly go and explain about the agentic AI, not everybody will be connected. Correct, no?
mm,
See, they should know what is at least at basic level. We have not generated here. We are getting some summary. That too, the model is giving some information by thinking. We need to build a similar kind of applications. That's what I'm trying to say. How we are
I
going
see.
to, yeah, you need to see, data is everywhere, but how you are going to leverage that is in our control. Correct, no? If I want to build
Yeah,
an agent, I cannot go and build on the first day itself. I need to understand the foundation first. I can build like a supply chain assistant. I can show you, but how many people will be connected, I don't know on first day itself. But at least I want to show something which people can experience the Snowflake environment. Got it?
yes.
The
So
features
if
you
I'm,
should know. The features you should know, first of all, at least what features are there. That's what my intention here.
yeah. So like in this course, throughout the course, like based on these results, are we going to take any do further
Yes,
actions?
we have to, right?
You
See,
will be teaching that as well?
yes, yes. What action? See, what action to be taken? See, sometimes what happens, you will take an action, correct? No?
Yeah.
But sometimes the system will take an action. And you need to go, what the system will guide, you have to go accordingly. Correct?
Mm,
That can be depends on the user requirement, right? Correct or not? The action, what going to happen may vary according to the application. It may be email may be I need to go and receive, or it can be something else, which is not like I need to take care of. I may need to go and generate a dashboard out of that at an action. So that depends. Maybe I need to go and optimize my inventory. So I need to go and generate a optimal inventory levels also to my inventory in supply chain. Or I need to monitor my drivers facial expressions, and I need to get some insight out of that, how they are, the drivers are uh, driving. So it depends, right? That depends on application to application. It vary. We'll see some use cases so that will help you to go and understand at domain level. Okay, because not every
sure.
every domain is same. That is what I can say. Every domain outcome will be different. Correct? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see that anyway. Any other questions?
Hey Sri, this is Praneeth. I just have a question regarding how is it differentiated from Snowflake Gen AI?
Snowflake Gen AI is basically right when you are generating something. For example, ML code I can generate, right? I can write, I can generate also. We have so many features in Snowflake. There is a ML AI Studio, ML functions are there where it will generate the code. Even here also we can generate the code, and after you create this model, the model will try to provide you some insights by thinking itself. That is not possible with ML. Correct, no? To go and see most of the like internet applications available in the market, some are predictive models, some are prescriptive models also. But predictive models are basically where we go and use some historical data and we train them, and we will take an action. And coming to like and generative AI, if you go and see majorly the generative AI come up with either generating text or image or a document or a voice, whatever it is, majority. But here, majorly we'll go and deal with intelligent agent will go and try to provide the information, but it may not be generating only image. It can do anything else. It can even send an email and it can take an action specifically. Are you getting? Only don't think only generative AI is a part of it. Okay? Because the action can be anything. That's what I'm saying.
So this is like a subset of it.
Yeah, subset of it. Correct. You're right.
And you guys implemented it already somewhere in your project?
I am already in process and working on that. I'm working on a supply chain intelligent assistant and the investment portfolio assistant both.
Okay.
Yeah. May I know your good name? Sorry, I can see PKD.
My name's Praneeth.
Pranith. Sorry, Pranith. Okay. Thank you for your question.
No problem. Thanks, Sri.
Abdul.
Yes. Shri, I will be very much interested in getting how agentic AI can help me in smoothing the process of ingestion data ingestion.
We'll see that. I have some use cases available, which I'm planning. We will try to
Okay.
see whatever the use case you mentioned as well.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'll discuss about that. Okay. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. The time now. Okay. It's already 7:20. So I need to jump into another call. So I stop here for today. And I hope this session is helpful. And whoever interested to join this particular training, please reach out to me. I hope you have my number and you can ping me directly. And I am just thinking to start this classes most of them tomorrow or day after. I am just finalizing with the participants who are interested, and I'll try to post in the group. Who are part of the group, please try to wait for my communication. Okay. Anybody
Okay.
have any specific questions? Please directly ping me. Not a problem.
You gonna start the same time or a different time?
This is basically I am planning for morning 7 a.m. IST is one batch and evening 8 p.m. IST one batch.
Okay, got it.
And weekdays, Monday to Friday.
Okay.
Duration of the course,
So the course is 45 days. I'm just tentatively 40 to 45 days, and I will try to adjust it. Okay, if needed.
It's 45
45
sessions or 45
45
days?
hours. 45 hours.
45 hours just related to agentic AI or complete Snowflake?
Snowflake topics I'm not going to cover. I will try to cover some Snowflake ML features also, because some people here are not direct Snowflake ML guys. So I need to cover some ML basic part also. So I'm going to cover that also. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Sri.
Thank you so much for joining today, and hope the session is helpful, and have a great evening, and thank you.
Yeah, you too,
Thanks,
Sri.
Dave.
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
Bye.
Sri.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.